Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Greymaniacs gather! It's time for another one of my little looks for a comic box. I'm looking at box E this week, which seems to be a rather interesting assortment of comic books. But first, let's pour myself a little cup of tea, shall we? I've already added the milk, so it's yeah, it's all ready to go. Right then, what have we got in this box? Right, starting off we have Deadman, a little 4-part mini-series. Let's get it out of the bag. They're all in one bag, I know, shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. Right, this is from 1986. Andrew Helfer and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. There you go, pretty cool Deadman art there. Boston Brand is his name. Being dead is his game. Well, you know, it wasn't his first choice. It just happened. He got shot while he was flying on a trapeze. And yeah, and his ghost is able to inhabit other people's bodies. I'd love to have his first appearance, but unfortunately I do not have his early appearances. But yeah, he's a pretty cool character. One of the staple of great supernatural characters that DC Comics has in its roster. I think I mentioned a little while ago how I believe the DC roster of supernatural folk is much superior to Marvel supernatural folk. Well, this was a little I'm not sure this was one for about a year. This was a character called Bloodhound. It was quite a good read actually. I can't remember much about him there, but like I think he had sensory powers, so he was like a bloodhound. He was able to sort of, he was either a private detective or I think he was an ex-policeman and become a private detective, and he was able to like search, you know, somehow find serial killers. I think it was serial killers that he was hunting down. Yeah, I'm sure he had some kind of senses which gave him the bloodhound name. Quite interesting covers. Look at that in the car. You got the light from reflecting off the mirror across his face. That's a really well done cover actually, that one. I love the way the bloodhound is like please do not cross the line as well. That's a really cool logo as well. I'm pretty sure these aren't there's nothing key about these. I don't think the guy even went on to anything else. I don't know if he was ever killed off or ever used again, or if he just one of them characters in DC limbo. But it was one of those characters they obviously started off for, we'll see how it goes, and as is often the case, didn't get enough sales, disappeared into the ether. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if he did go on to other things, then, you know, I'd be happy to find that out. A different team already. Jolie, Kirk and Riggs. So it started off, actually straight from the second issue when I was through to Jolie. Oh yeah, I'm getting confused. It started off with Jolie, Kirk and Riggs. I'm confused. I was thinking of that Deadman one I just looked at. So it was always, it's the same creative team. At least there's that. I can't say I'm particularly knowledgeable about those creators though. Jolie, Kirk and Riggs. I'm not too sure. Under the Guns. It's quite a nasty one. Devil in disguise. The devil's even got horns out of his eye sockets. With his whip. Yep, 10 issues it went for. So, but they were quite good. And I'll say there's no big keys in this, I'm sure. So you'll be able to pick these up for a snip if you wanted to check it out for yourself. Yeah, but I would call it being pretty cool. Right, another little mini here. Seems to be quite a lot of mini-series in this box, which is good. You'll get to see some interesting stuff, I'm sure. Right, this is Cyber Rats, a 3-issue miniseries. Now this woman here at the front with this spiky arm, she was caused by the bloodlines aliens sucking the spinal fluid from her, and she ended up getting these powers, which is kind of like big bladey arms was kind of her powers, really. Not the greatest of powers, I've got to say. But then she teamed up with some, I think she was always a kind of like, one of these cutting edge cyber criminals. So some of them meant it's cyber with a P rather than cyber, but it is to do with like cyber computer hacking and industrial espionage and that kind of thing. That was like kind of their thing. And somehow Robin seems to be teamed up quite a lot with them in this book. Can't remember what this woman's name was though. What her character was called. See if there's I can find anything out about it. Razor. I guess her name's Razor. I think Razor was her hacker name. She was called Razor. Her mate was called Hack. But I can't remember what her character name was when she was, Razor. Maybe she was called Razor, but yeah, maybe she was always called Razor. I can't remember now. It would fit because she has got massive blades for arms. Looks a bit silly, to be honest. It wasn't a bad little comic. Nothing great, nothing to write home about, and I'm pretty sure nothing's been done with them since. Right, here is another little mini-series. I think this is a 4-parter again. This is Garfield Logan. Garfield Logan? Who's Garfield Logan, you may be asking? Why, it's Beast Boy, of course. Quite nice art on that cover. Justiniano. Pretty cool art, nice and clean. Yeah, nice. Fear and Loathing. Kind of like that Beast Boy logo as well. It looks like something out of an old sci-fi movie, an old horror from the 50s. Something about that. It's a kind of 50s kind of looking logo to me. Right, Beast Boy versus Nightwing when Titans clash. And the last part, reintroducing Flamebird. She was from Teen Titans West, I believe. She was a tennis player. I remember part of her origins being a tennis player, but I can't remember what her name is. She wasn't a Kane, was she? Was her surname Kane? Barbara Kane or something like that. Kathy Kane. It might have been Kathy Kane. Because I think it was like tied into some Earth 2 kind of. I'm not too sure. Well, here's another character created by the Bloodlines, Loose Cannon. He was a bit hulkish. He changed colour. The angrier he got, the stronger he got, and the more angry. And he changed hues depending on how angry he was. I think he was an ex-cop. I think he'd become paralysed. He got shot in the spine or something, and then when he was in his wheelchair, he had his spinal fluid sucked by one of these hungry alien guys. Like you see, he's blue here, purple here. quite an interesting concept. A little bit Hulkish, maybe. Red here. I'm not sure he's fighting the Eradicator in that one. Jeff Loeb is the story writer. Adam Polina is, I'm guessing, the artist. Well, quite good art though. And here he's gone white hot. I'm guessing with anger. And he's ready to blow. Cool stuff. I'm not sure if he's one of the characters that got killed off. I know a lot of the Bloodlines characters were killed off in one storyline or another. Just whenever, DC needed some cannon fodder, they'd, kill off some Bloodlines people. I suppose it's worse than fading away forever like the New Guardians did. I'm pretty sure the New Guardians just faded away into nothing, but never mentioned again. Alright, Death, the High Cost of Living. A bit of Vertigo for you. I just watched Simple Simon do his top 50 video, and I think he was trying to remember the names of the Death miniseries. I think it's definitely one of them is called The High Cost of Living. There you go. 3-parter. He showed a Death comic. He said it was the first appearance of Death in continuity, but I thought that was supposed to have been in a Captain Atom comic. I'm sure I've got a Captain Atom comic, and it says, I looked it up and it said, because I know it got expensive, and it says the first appearance of Death in DC Comics, like main continuity. I think that's what it said. Maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe it's contested, I don't know. Anyway, next series I've got, a bit of a longer series, maybe I think a couple of years maybe. I quite like this series actually. To me, this to me seemed like a continuation of the Night Shift team, Baron Winters. This was a more super heroic kind of team with, you know, some kind of like elementals. Kind of like everyone that represents an elemental. You got Red Tornado, obviously the wind elemental. You got this Golem. I can't remember the other guys. Claw, but he doesn't really represent an elemental really. But he had a comic book at one point, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be the same Claw or not. Someone told me it wasn't the same Claw. Maybe Ranger Slayer might have told me that. Yeah, but this is Zero, and I can't remember who the lady is at the front. Oh, Jack O'Lantern. I thought it was Jack O'Lantern. I thought that guy there with the mask was Jack O'Lantern on the seat is now holding up a Jack O'Lantern. So yes, obviously that must be Jack O'Lantern. You know, I've solved that mystery. I'm pretty sure these have forgotten about now. Journey to the Dark Corners. I can't remember who the lady is. Lovely cup of char. Lovely cup of char. So annoying that they don't put like a little blur box at the beginning anymore telling you. I think Dr. Mister's got something to do with it. I'm pretty sure that's Dr. Mist there. It's annoying I can't remember her name. I don't think she ever did anything else. Well, let's keep going. Keep going. Cataclysm Triumphant. But to me, these guys are like the precursor. They're like the between Night Shift and Shadow Pact. These were like a gathered team to deal with elemental forces, saving the planet kind of thing. And then you had the Shadow Pact, were more magical based. And then obviously Shadow Pact became Justice League Dark further down the line. But to me, I'm convinced that's the natural progression. Well, you know, poor old Red Tornado lost his head. That's the thing with being a robot. They can break you down. They can smash you to pieces every few issues for a good cover. Right. Beauty versus the Beast. The all-new, all-different Primal Force. It's got Batman, Wonder Woman. Oh, is that Gypsy? It could be Gypsy. I don't think it's Wonder Woman. It is Wonder Woman, yeah. Or Donna Troy, maybe. It's got Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner. It's got Hawkman, and it's got Superman in the all-new Primal Force. I'm guessing this is like an imagined story or a future story or an alternate timeline story. Can't remember now. I should read these again. Actually, I quite enjoyed the Primal Force. I think it was a pretty decent run. And I say this is another one. If you want to, it always annoys me. I see people get a grab bag or something like that, and they see a comic. It might be something from this, for example, and it's like, oh, I don't know, that's rubbish. Oh, I've got a really bad box there, and it's like, well, what do you mean? Just because it's an old comic you're not aware of, read the bloody thing. You might enjoy it. You know, it's like people are only interested in cash. You know, stop worrying about the cash and read the comic book. You know, bloody hell. I mean, fair enough, you've paid a lot for a box, you want to get your money's worth, but some people really seem to be quite dismissive of the comics that they get because it's not like something they know. It's like, well, yeah, that's the whole point. It's the whole point of the hobby. You discover new comic books, and who knows, the next comic book you read might be your favourite comic book ever. You don't know until you read it. I've been like really pleasantly surprised by some little comic series that I expected nothing from, like Rima the Jungle Girl. I got it because I had one comic from it. I didn't even remember reading it. I don't know where I got the comic from. And I thought, I'll collect this. There's only 7 in there. I'll collect it and read it. And I was really pleasantly surprised with it. And another one that I really enjoyed, I got given the first issue. It wasn't an issue 1. It was like number 3 or 4 or something. It's just Thunderhead 75, Thunder God 75 was it? He gave it to me. I think he got it in a mystery box, and he was like, "Oh," and I was like, "I love that, mate." I thought that's a good comic, man. I'm sure that's a good comic. It's a nice old bronzy or whatever. And he went, "Do you want it?" And I went, "Yeah, if you don't want it, mate, I'll have it." And it was one of my favourite little mini series that I read in quite a while. So it just goes, you shouldn't look at your comic books that you get in mystery boxes and go, "Oh, good." Some people just want to read the bloody comic book, find out if it's good or not. Oh, I've gone off onto a tangent. I didn't know I was going to go there. I do apologise, but seriously, right. So yeah, so someone would look at this and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't know this. It's rubbish. I'm not happy with that." But it's like, read the comic book and give it a chance. That's another thing when they kill off like these little minor characters. And I think to myself, that could be somebody's favourite character, you know? That could be someone's favourite character. You just don't know what other... Because they're not very well known. But it could be someone... Like, there was... I can't remember his bloody name now, but I was really upset when I always get upset when heroes die. But I was quite upset that he got killed. And then, like, in one panel... Like, it was in Justice Society of America. It was Firebrand. Firebrand, he had about, a 10-issue run or something like that. And he was a decent enough character, reusing the name of a Golden Age hero. And they killed him off in about two panels. And I was just like, that annoys me, because I enjoyed that comic book. And it's just so dismissive. And it just makes me think, if someone... That could be like... Every comic book could be someone's first comic book, and if that was the first comic that got you into comics, and you read your one of your favourite old characters getting killed off in like one panel, how bloody annoyed would you be? It's kind of like me with Blue Beetle. Like Blue Beetle was like one of my real early comic books when I first run that I collected the full run of, I think, and I was really cheesed off when he got killed. Well, anyway, I've kind of gone off to a tangent again. This is Camelot 3000, a 12-parter. Well worthy of a read. Well worthy of a perusal, because it's Brian Boland art throughout. Brian Boland covers, Brian Boland interiors. It's a reimagining of the the Arthurian legends. The legend says that Arthur will return in Britain's or England's time of need. It just so happens that time of need comes in the year 3000, and he returns to sort of help the Earth against an alien attack. It's another one that I could do with reading again. Morgana Le Fay. Rather fetchy looking Morgana Le Fay, I must say. Whew. I say. That little monkey she's got there, I'm pretty sure Werewolf by Lunchtime wouldn't mind being that monkey. And Bub's Comics probably is that monkey when you think about it. Yeah, it was an interesting comic book. It's like a lot of the all the Knights of the Round Table were kind of reborn. I think Sir Lancelot comes back as a woman, and I think him and Guinevere still rekindle their relationship behind King Arthur's back. And I think this is Sir Tristan, maybe? I can't remember that. But like he's come back as a mutant kind of guy. So it was an interesting take on the comics. Actually, no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe that wasn't Sir Lancelot, the woman. Maybe that was Sir Lancelot. I can't remember now. But I know one of them had come back as a woman. Nice covers. Nice. Just the look of that cover is cool. The sword pointing at the crowd there, pointing at the team. You can even see King Arthur's reflection in the pommel of his sword. Can you see that there? And he's looking at them, pointing his sword. Looks accusingly, or who's to say? They certainly look. If you look on their faces, they all look like as if he said something shocking to them. Ah, the Grail, the Grail. Oh, what is he? Not no. Is there a Sir? I think I'm sure there is a Sir Tristan. I don't think there is, but I'll try to remember it. Percival, is it Percival? Who found the Grail in the end? I can't remember now. Yeah, not just swords, ray guns as well. Oh dear. Alright, and finally, doesn't look like it ends well, huh? Right, that will do for today, I think. I think that's enough comic books to be shown on one day. Thanks for watching. I love you long time. Have a great, amazing day. And may all your news be good news. Have a great amazing day. I'll have a great amazing day. Have a great amazing day. I hope you have a great amazing day.